Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to one of our first mini lectures in our strategy course. This is week one, where we're really just wrapping our arms around what strategy is, right? The textbook, reading the first couple of chapters in the textbooks. Some of the videos are just a 30,000 foot level. But I want to spend a little time kind of clarifying some concepts. I find that textbook, like all textbooks, provide a lot of great detail, but they, after a fashion, they provide so much detail that the broad concepts kind of get lost in all the information the textbook throws at you. So 2 or 3 weeks into this course, you're probably gonna forget kind of what strategy is, only because you're knee deep in the woods at that point. I also find that as a practitioner, right, I find that leaders often confuse the terms goals and strategy. Right? I've lost track of the number of times I've sat in a strategy session, and leadership will tell us what a goal is, but it's really not the goal, it's a strategy. For some reason, just the vernacular in the corporate world has made these two terms interchangeable, but it's really critical that you have these terms well defined and well understood, because the organization around you, right, as you go up the ladder, if that's your goal, there are going to be few or many people underneath you creating tactics to execute your vision. Right? And if these two terms are confused, your organization is going to have a heck of a time developing the correct tactics. I've seen it time and time again where 6 months into a particular strategy initiative, the tactics still aren't aligned with the strategy because the people don't really understand what the goal is. So here we're just going to spend a little bit of time, a couple minutes, just ensuring that we understand the difference between goals and strategies. Right? So goals, right? Obviously goals, they have to be well defined, right? And they have to be specific. What you should be able to do with your goal is answer this question: what is the why to the goal? Right? If you can't answer that question, then you probably don't have a goal. You probably have a strategy. So this element is critical. So as you move up the org chart, just remember that you need to be able to answer this question: what is the why to the goal? Then if that's well defined, everything else kind of falls into place. Right? So your strategy is, what will you do? Right? What are you going to do to hit the goal? And then the tactics are how will you do the what? Right? So what steps are you going to take to meet this strategy? Right? I really can't overemphasize how important it is to really understand the difference between goals and strategy, because if you don't, you're going to confuse those around you, and then 6 months into 6 months into the fiscal year, you're going to wonder why the company struggled to meet your vision. It's probably going to be in part, right, because maybe these two terms are confused. I'll stop this here, and then I'll create a second video that I'll create some canned examples of how these two terms become confused. And it'll be in the same announcement. It'll just be on its own link.